What you're about to listen to is a Bry-Fy production.
Yo, it's Bry-Fy coming live through your Wi-Fi. One-man show, but I'm feeling like a sci-fi. Comic books, video games, catching them all. Pokemon cards stacked, yeah, I'm ready to brawl. From Marvel to DC, I break it all down. Nifty nerd news, got the geeky rundown. Pop culture hits, movies and shows. I stay in the know while the fandom grows. So plug in, tune up, press play, let's ride. This is the Bry-Fy, baby, welcome to the vibe.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Bry-Fy podcast. I'm your host, Bry-Fy, your comics, pop culture, Pokemon card guy. And today my son is sitting in the background on the couch. RJ, you want to say hi?
Hi!
Hi!
What was that too?
RJ Floor got that. The way you do that. Anyway, so hey, we took a week off because I was just exhausted. I feel like this might be the show release schedule going forward for the rest of the year. Coming up in October, I will have another outage at my job, which means I will be very busy, working 4 days on, 1 day off, and just balls to the wall. And my son is adding his musical talents to the podcast. But so with that being said, with all the work that I have to do, and now not as just a lowly peon who just shows up and does whatever he's told, now I coordinate work. So a lot more goes into it brain thinking wise for me. And I mean, I still got to do work, so I got to get sweaty too. But also now I have to add the thinking aspect to it. So because of that, and because of the drain it has on me, we may or may not have episodes in October.
October?
That's right, RJ. Don't yell in the mic.
Woo!
Okay, I just said don't yell in the mic.
Okay.
Anyway, we're all excited. Today was another Pokemon card release day at our local Walmart. And the Walmart... Okay. Please don't yell.
Okay. Sorry. Good luck.
Oh, thank you, RJ. I love you. See you later. Bye. Anywho, I'm sorry about that. They had a new release. I say new release, but today was a restock at our Walmart for Pokemon cards, and the group lit the beacons, so we showed up, and the Walmart manager gods had seen to the problem that we had before. I think we talked about it a little bit, where this woman came up and literally bought everything. I'm sure she spent well over $1,000 on Pokemon products. And today, when they did the release, they set a 2-item limit per person, which ensured people, as long as you showed up and they stocked enough, you were going to get something. And so me and my wife left the house. I woke up early, left the house, got 4 things, the two of us, 2 and 2, and got some product. Got some new product too, some Pokemon Black and White stuff. So I'm really excited for that. The Victini illustration collection, got 2 of those. Got a Crown Zenith playmat premium collection. It comes with 5 booster packs of playmat and some other like promo stuff, and then a Paldean Fates booster bundle, which I'm really excited for. I already have a Bubble Mew, which is worth like $300 to $400 now. Maybe I'll pull another one. Who knows? So thank you, Walmart, or thank you, our local Walmart, for finally putting an item limit on people. So that way now more people can get product. More kids in our town can get more product. And most importantly, more me can get more product. But we opened up the Crown Zenith playmat premium collection with the 5 boosters, and my son pulled some heat, guys. Like that was, I asked him, hey, which one do you want to open up? This one's going to be for you, and like whatever you want to keep out of it, you can keep. And he chose that. I think because the promos look really cool on it. And this dude pulled an Entei V illustration rare, which is like a $30 card. Looks awesome. Pulled a like special illustration trainer card. He hates trainers, so he didn't care about that one. Another like full art illustration of a Altaria. It's like this cool little bird Pokemon. But his two favorites that he pulled, and the two he just had to have, he pulled a Radiant Charizard, which currently goes about $5 or $6, I think, which is really awesome. I was kind of like hoping he wasn't going to like that card so I could have it, but he wanted it, and I told him he could have whatever card he wanted. And then his creme de la creme at a whopping 80 cents, the Rayquaza V card. And like, he loves Rayquaza. That is like his favorite Pokemon. So the fact that he got to pull his favorite Pokemon card, like, that's awesome, man. Like, that's what it's about. That's like why I'm so happy we were able to get packs again. That's like, because it's been like a month since I've been able to like get a legitimate collected thing from Walmart, because like people have just been going crazy. This woman like bought up all the product, and so like this is what it's about, guys. Like, when you hear me complain about like not being able to find stuff in Walmarts or Best Buys or Targets and stuff, and then seeing the look on my son's face when he pulled this Rayquaza and how excited he was, because like I said, it's like his favorite Pokemon. He watches Pokemon Horizons, the new anime, and there's Rayquaza in it. It's like a shiny Rayquaza, so it's like black or something, or it's normally green. But the fact that he pulled this card, super stoked, right? He's super excited. And then I saw the Entei V, and I got super excited because I'm like, oh, I know that. That's like, that's fire, right? And so, and he loved it because there's a volcano in the background. So like, I mean, we're both like tripping balls because we're like, whoa. So it was good. It was a lot of fun. So that's why he's excited, man. He's got a lot of energy going. I got a lot of energy going. But yeah, man, got a couple of things to talk about today. We got some nifty nerd news, and then we'll just finish out with, it's not really a review, but we're going to talk about a convention coming this weekend. So that's why I'm trying to hurry up and get this episode out. Meow. So without further ado, here's the nifty nerd news. All right, guys, thanks for sticking around for the nifty nerd news. Up first, we have the top 20 most published superheroes between Marvel and DC, which I found really interesting because there are some names that you completely expect to be up there, and I'm pretty sure you probably guess who 3, 2, and 1 are, numbers 3, 2, and 1. But there are some names in the lower half of the top 20 that you may, like, I know surprised me. Because one, well, I don't even think they've been around that long, but also it just goes to show the popularity of certain characters. Now, also, some of these surprises to me are because I'm not a huge DC Comics reader, so I don't read a lot of DC Comics, so I don't really know who they're publishing a lot of. But, like, the Marvel, actually, there were some Marvel characters that did, like, make me go, huh, didn't expect that. And then, of course, the top 4 Marvel and the top 4 DC, no surprises. But we'll start off with number 20 was from DC, Martian Manhunter. I did have the numbers. I didn't put them on my notes. But so he was the 20th most published superhero between the two. 19, you have the Flash, or Wally West Flash. 18, going to Marvel now, is the Human Torch, followed by number 17, the Hulk. And I was shocked because I thought the Hulk would be higher up. And then I was also kind of shocked to see the Human Torch on here. And I don't think it's tied to the Fantastic Four because, as you'll see, there's not many Fantastic Four people here. But I do remember Johnny Storm and the Human Torch having his own issues at some point, like comics issues. So it could show why he's had more publishing than the others, or than some of the other members. So 17 was the Hulk. Number 16, back to DC, Green Arrow. Number 15 and number 14 were tied, and not a big deal because they're both from Marvel, with Mr. Fantastic and Cyclops. So Cyclops tied with Mr. Fantastic. Number 13, back to DC with Flash, the Barry Allen Flash, that made a lot of sense to me. He's a very popular Flash. Number 12, sticking with DC, Aquaman. That one shocked me, I think. I thought Aquaman would be a little higher up, but like I said, I don't really read a lot of DC, so I don't know. Number 11, bringing it back to Marvel, is The Thing, Ben Grimm, The Thing. 10, swapping back to DC, Hal Jordan's Green Lantern. Number 9, and actually for the next couple, we're back to Marvel, so 9 through 6, back to Marvel. 9 is Thor, the God of Thunder, followed by number 8, Wolverine. Number 7 is the ever so popular Iron Man, who I think if we were doing live action movies, he would probably be number 1. Number 6 is the Captain America, Steve Rogers. And then now we're into the top 5. Top 5, dominated by DC, but not only DC. So number 5 is Wonder Woman. Solid choice. I thought she'd be a little higher. I thought she would definitely be over number 4, who is Nightwing. I was shocked. This was probably the most shocking one to me because I didn't think Nightwing had been around that long, but I know he's an immensely popular character. So maybe I should start reading some Nightwing books. Number 3, 2, and 1. I'll give you guys a little time to think who you think it is. But it's the 3 heroes that I know you know. You were probably thinking already, well, I'm pretty sure these are 1, 2, and 3, and you were right. Number 3, though, goes to Marvel's Spider-Man. He starts out the 3, the strong number. I mean, all these have strong numbers, but the top 2, if I remember correctly, still kind of blew him out of the water. Number 2 is Superman. And number 1, of course, is the one, the only Squirrel Girl. No, I'm just kidding. It's Batman. It would be awesome if it was Squirrel Girl. But Batman tops the list. And now this is based on a database between Marvel and DC and the number of times they have published a character. So how many comics that this person has been in. But yeah, of course, the top 3, no surprises, right? Batman, Superman, Spider-Man. I'm shocked Nightwing made it over Wonder Woman. And then you have the popularity of the Marvel movies, I think, carrying the weight between Captain America, Iron Man, Wolverine, and Thor. The Cap, Iron Man, and Thor kind of makes sense because those were like, your 3 major, like, super-powered Avengers, right? And then you had Hawkeye and Black Widow, but they're not on this list. But pretty interesting stuff, man. If you're ever curious, you can always go to these the publishers' websites and check out some of the numbers yourself and see where these characters rank within their own companies. Pretty awesome stuff. Moving on to the next bit of nifty nerd news, the ODST have finally dropped into Helldivers. That's right. I'm sure you've seen TikToks and other social media news about it. Of course, way back a couple months, maybe a year, we knew that Helldivers were the game was coming to Xbox. It was a PlayStation and PC and was doing crossplay there. And then there were talks that they were going to do crossplay with Xbox. And then we kind of like thought, wouldn't it be funny because, they like drop in from hell. They're called the Helldivers, which is kind of funny because the Halo's Marine guys, they have like their Hell Jumpers, which are essentially the same thing. Wouldn't it be cool if they did some cool crossover like that? And they freaking did. They listened to the fans. They got this done. And now you can play as Halo characters on PlayStation, which is kind of cool, right? So with this, your Helldivers, they get ODST armor upgrades. Like you can like weapons or like armor skins to look like the ODST soldiers from the Halo series. And to add like just more cool factor to the game, they have added the Halo assault rifle, the Halo SMG, the Halo shotgun, and the Halo pistol into Helldivers. And they've also, with the new update, added a first-person aim-down mode. So you're getting the full Halo experience down Helldivers, where Helldivers is normally a third-person shooter game. Now you get to add the first-person aspect to it when you aim down the sights, and it kind of just... it makes it more Halo, which is kind of cool. I think people who have always really admired the Halo series but use PlayStation because it just has a lot more variety of games, in my opinion, too. And I think that's just fact. So, like, oh, man, wouldn't it be cool if you could play Halo on the PlayStation? Now it feels like you can really play Halo on the PlayStation. So it's pretty cool, man. I'm really excited for that. Moving on to the next bit of nifty nerd news. A man was sentenced to federal prison for spending over $140,000 in company money, the company they work for, the money, to buy, wait for it, Pokemon cards. So it is no surprise to me, because we've talked about on this podcast many times how difficult and hard and crazy it is to buy Pokemon cards. I'm sure this dude spending $140,000 in company money probably meant he bought at least 2 151 ETBs, because they're outrageous. I think they're like $500. No, they're like, what, an ETB for 151? probably close, a little bit over $200 each. Actually, you know what? We can look this up. I can just take out my phone. We can go to Google. We can say, hey, Google. Well, no, wait, that's my playthrough guide for Pokemon Blue. I got an emulator on my phone. I'm playing Pokemon Blue, the OG, and I'm looking for some items to help me with the Elite Four, but I can't remember where they're at. So I was looking up a search guide to help me find those items. 151 ETB. We go here. Currently on TCG Player, a Elite Trainer box of Scarlet Violet 151 is going for $325. Is that the market price? I don't know. That's what this one person is selling it for. Looks like market price. Yep, it's still like over $300, close to $340. So yeah, what is like $340? All right, $340. So now we're gonna do the math because now I want to do the math. $140,000 divided by 300. And well, no, we'll make it 340. It was close to 340, right? That is 411 Elite Trainer boxes, which those come with 9 booster packs. So 411 times 9. 411 times 9 means he's getting 3,699 booster packs, which each have like 11 cards each, which is 40,000 Pokemon cards. I mean, I'm not saying that's what he bought, but like, you can see how this money adds up, dude. And I've been buying the shit ton of Pokemon cards. But yeah, so he thought it was going to be sneaky, get away with it. Instead of just like straight up using the company credit card to buy Pokemon cards, because you do that, they're going to see what you're purchasing, right? Not good. You want to try to outsmart your company. So he was buying prepaid gift cards, which when I worked in the banking industry and I was like a fraud prevention guy, this was very common practice for fraudsters. You would take money and you're laundering money, and in this case this is wire fraud transfer, right? But you got to get clean money somehow. What's one of the cleanest things out there are these prepaid gift cards, because you can load it with money and there's not really any tracking to it, so they don't see where this money's going to. Most companies that sell prepaid gift cards don't care where the money, as long as you're paying, because they're like $20, $50, $100, very low sums of money. Now then again, if you're buying like 100 of them at a time, could seem suspicious, but if you're smart about it, you don't. And not that I'm trying to promote this, but I'm trying to like show you like how this could work, right? Please do not do this, because like I said, this could be this is money laundering, this is fraud. You can go to federal prison like this guy did for it, and I don't want you to do that, but this is how it's done. And so like he bought a bunch of prepaid gift cards, which is suspicious in itself if the company sees that, but he thought ahead. He was going to fake the receipts that he was issuing to his company to get so where he wasn't being like suspicious with it. But people are like, man, it's been in a year's time, you've spent $140,000 on they didn't know it was prepaid gift cards, but like that's more money than most of the people in our company are spending. So that's kind of strange. That's more money than a lot of people make in a year. And you're spending that on just company expenses. That's strange. Well, they found out, right? Found out his receipts were not receipting. Found out that he was buying these fake gift cards and then using the gift cards to buy Pokemon cards on top of that. And that only goes to show that just how crazy the Pokemon card industry has gotten and how desperate people have gotten to try to get these cards. It's insane, man. I believe he was sentenced to 4 years in federal prison. Uh-oh. Hopefully, no one's going to be peeking at you when he's in there. That was a bad pun. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, moving on to the last bit of nifty nerd news that I have for you guys today. Drama on the set of Avengers Doomsday, which tons of high-profile actors, performers. There's bound to be drama at some point, right? We didn't really get that with, Infinity War. Infinity War and Endgame, but here, Avengers Doomsday, we starting to see some drama between some of the cast. Who? That was always the rumor. So the drama had been announced maybe a couple of weeks ago, but it was like who would cause drama, because most of these people have been working together, but there are some new people on set from some new movies that could potentially be the culprits. And rumors are it was Robert Downey Jr., the face of Marvel, the Marvel movie, the MCU, if you will, and newcomer Ryan Reynolds. That's where the rumor is. Now, there have been some other conflicting reports by just one person who everyone on the internet seems to believe is just a kiss ass. But other than his conflicting report, everyone else seems to say it is between Robert Downey Jr. and Ryan Reynolds. Supposedly, Ryan Reynolds is kind of an ass on set. But then you think about his character of Deadpool, he is an ass, right? He's snarky and stuff like that. And I think Ryan doesn't know how to turn it off. I mean, he seems like a fun guy, but he also seems like, if unchecked, could be like a really big asshole. Like Van Wilder and Deadpool don't seem too far off from his natural personality. I mean, you see him in every movie that he does. He is this guy. And I'm willing to bet when the cameras are off, the lights are off, he is still this guy. Like, this is his attitude, this is his personality, and it could rub people the wrong way. I can understand that. And on something like the Avengers, where it's tons of money, tons of like time crunch, and you want to get it right, you need to get it right quick, this could be a problem for someone who likes to riff and ad-lib a lot. And I can see a professional like Robert Downey Jr., who, I mean, is probably a fun guy as well, but, you know, he's a professional. And I would assume that the MCU, that was my son, the MCU is definitely like his baby and stuff. I could probably see how it would rub him the wrong way. It would grind his gears. It would chap his ass. So there's no legit confirmation, but these are the rumors, and this is what we know. Or this is what we are being told. That being said, that is the last bit of nifty nerd news that I have for you guys today. Thank you all so much for sticking around this far. Last bit of thing, we'll just roll right into it. I don't really have anything to review for you guys this week, but there is a convention coming up this weekend. It's a card convention, a trading card convention, and more specifically, it is a Pokemon trading card convention coming to Pasadena, Texas, just on the east side of Houston, this Saturday and Sunday, the 30th, August 30th and 31st, at the Campbell Hall building. It's actually next to the Pasadena Convention Center. There's a main convention center where they do the rodeos at, and behind that is a smaller building called the Campbell Hall building, and that is where this convention is supposed to take place. I will say I was kind of worried at first about it. When I first saw it announced, I was like, well, first I was really excited. Like, hey, Pokemon card convention, it's on a weekend, I'm off, really excited for it. And then I went to the website to check out tickets, really cheap tickets, the early bird special. Like these tickets were really cheap. I was really excited for it. And so I was like, okay, let me check out their guests. All right, guests are right here. Voice actors from Pokemon. You have Megan Hellingstad, who is like the OG Nurse Joy. Tara Sands, who does tons of like Pokemon voices, but also did Richie, one of Ash's rivals, like during the Indigo series. You have Lindsay Shepard, who is Arya from Pokemon XY, and Noami from Pokemon Masters. And you have Bill Rogers, who plays Brock, and like headlining it to me would be Alejandra Reynosa, who is Liko from the new Pokemon Horizons show. So, you know, like the main character. So that's really awesome stuff. So I'm like, hey, this is really cool. Got some cool voice actors involved with Pokemon. Let's check out the vendors. No vendors are listed. Just an application to be a vendor. I was like, okay, well, let's check out some other stuff. And like nothing is updated on the website. There's no event page. Like no like list of like what's happening, no list of like panels or anything. So like then I started to worry, and I go to their Instagram now because okay, well let's see, like maybe they're just slacking on the website. Like what's going on? Let's check out their Instagram. And going to their Instagram, I found out Pokecon, Texas, which is the name of this convention. Pokecon, Texas. Sorry, it's all in the name. This is their first show. They haven't done anything else. You go to their Instagram, it only goes back to a couple of months when they started. And I mean, they're like, hey, sharing these people are going to be there. So as someone who's done a lot of comic book conventions and has covered some comic book conventions in the past where the owners bailed out and like things were not above board and not as legit as it seemed, red flags were going off for me at this point because I'm always I'm always concerned when I see, because I can't English, when I see new shows. What does that mean? What's going to happen? And so my next like grasp to like, okay, is this thing real? Is this legitimate? I went to the voice actors pages, looked them up. Most of them, I think all but one of them are verified, checked off. And thankfully, all of them are promoting the show. They all posted videos of like, hey guys, I'm going to be in Pasadena, Texas. And like, this is so-and-so, the voice of you-know-who, going to be in Pasadena for Pokecon, Texas. So to my knowledge, and for what I can see, all the voice actors are supposed to be there. I don't see any vendors that have confirmed, but this is a card show. So card shows are a little different. It's not like a comic book show where, hey, this store, Bedrock City Comics, is going to be there. Third Planet, like name stores are going to be there. These are like, me showing up with my collection trying to sell to people, right? And so it's a little like, I was a little hesitant about it. I was talking to a guy who at my job who's been wanting to go to card shows because his son's been really getting into Pokemon. And I saw this at first and I suggested it. And then I kind of backed down a little bit. I was like, well, let me do a little bit more research, which I always tell people, hey, do your research, man. Look at these shows, find out more information. Because one, for legitimate shows, it helps you kind of set a game plan to go in, find what you want, and like enjoy it to the fullest. The other thing is to figure out if it's real, like a legitimate show or not. Hey, is this just in a hotel and then it's like only five people are going to show up, and then it's like, hey, are you here for the orgy? Oh, bad. No. But like, so as far as I can tell, this is a legitimate show. The voice actors have confirmed they're going to be there. It's going to be this Saturday and Sunday, August 30th and 31st. Doors open at 10 o'clock each day. Close on Saturday, it's over at 5. So at 10, 11, 12, 7 hours on Saturday, 6 hours on Sunday. It closes at 4. Currently on the internet, because the prices for the tickets have updated since I last saw, they still show early birds, so this could just be online only prices and still might go up at the door. So if you're really wanting to consider going, you might want to buy your tickets online now. But currently weekend pass is $20, which is very cheap. Saturday only is $15 and Sunday only is $10. So I will say if you're planning on only going Saturday, I mean, $15 and $10, that's not bad, man. My family of 3 people, it's only going to cost me $45 for all 3 of us to go for one day. Whereas like a show like Comic Palooza, which one is much larger, you're looking at still $80 a person to go to a large convention like that. So a small card convention like this, only spending $45 doesn't seem bad in my opinion. I am trying to cover it as media, so I'll see if they get back to me with that. It's kind of spur of the moment. Because like I said, I found out about it pretty late, and then I really wanted to do my research before I wanted to really pursue viewing this thing and going to it. I do have friends in the area, so if it turns out to be a bomb, I can just go visit my friends. So it's like a great excuse for me. But yeah, so Pokecon, Texas, Pasadena, near the convention center in the Campbell Hall building. Doors open at 10. I'm expecting to be there. If I don't get the media pass, I'm still going to be there. Like I said, tickets are not expensive. So media pass or not, I am going to be there and having fun. It just means if I'm not going as media, I have no obligations. Like I can just go and just completely have a good time and just worry about buying Pokemon cards. Well, guys, that's all I have for you this week. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. We will see you guys next time. Bry-Fy out.